Morning 2-3. Welcome to math. So today we are moving right along to lesson 15 in our module 6, which is all based on what is so big in third grade for multiplication and division, arrays. Arrays are such a big part of multiplication and division. So it's great that even though we're doing this virtual learning, that we were able to get this module in, so that way when you go to third grade, this is a great basis to have. So let's read our instructions for today. The first thing you're going to do, as always, is watch my video. Number 2 is watch the video on lesson 15 from YouTube, which is right over here, which is 5 minutes long. You are then going to complete the problem set. There's no application problem today. The problem set's a little bit longer today because the problems take up larger portions of the page when you see what we're doing today. And then, as always, you have your homework helper here to help you. Remember, this is not something you have to complete. It's just when you open it, it gives you more examples of what you're doing to help you even more if you need it, okay? So let's look at what we are doing today. So, as you can see, there's really only 3 problems on a page, which is why you'll see that you have more pages for your problem set today, because it's more practice since it takes up so much of the page. So today, as you can see, we're still working with those square units in our arrays, but they're giving us the array now. And now we're working with shading. So they want us to start shading in arrays on this grid, on this array that they're giving us, okay? So it says shade in an array with 2 rows. Again, I always put your arrows. Rows go across, columns go up and down, okay? 2 rows of 3. So I'm going to show you a cool feature I found to make this the easiest for you using our program Kami. You're going to come over here to markup, okay? When you're in markup, you're going to choose the second one that says box highlighter, okay? You're going to click that, and then you could choose any color that you want, okay? You already know my favorite color. And then I'm going to show you how this will work. It'll be a lot easier and quicker, okay? So they want us to shade in an array with 2 rows of 3. So I know that my rows are going to go across. So that means I'm going to have, and this is all you do. You just take it to the best that you can, and you're just going to fill it in. Okay? You just kind of like drag it in the box so it colors in the box for you. That's what shade means. They want it colored in, okay? So I have my first row and my second row, and now I need to color in. That counts as 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. So I have 1 row of 3 and a second row of 3. Now remember, when you're shading in, you can't be skipping and creating random patterns on this. That's not what an array is. They want you to show an array. Remember, an array has to be next to each other, it has to be equal, and it has to follow what it told you up here, 2 rows of 3. So you can't have 1 row here and then decide, oh, I'm going to put the other row down here. That would be incorrect. That's not an array. They have to be like this, okay? It has to connect. So just remember that. So now that I shaded in my 2 rows of 3, I need to come over here and I need to write my repeated addition sentence to match it. So I'm going to come to my text box and I'm just going to open it, move it, and then I know that this is 3 plus 3 and then equals 6. And that's all they want me to do there, is write my repeated addition sentence. So this is actually a fun little lesson today with the shading. You just, again, have to be very careful that you're following what they tell you to shade correctly, okay? So number 2, you're going to do on your own, shade in an array, again, with 4 rows now. So 4 rows go across, of 3 in each row, and then write a repeated addition sentence. Number 3, it says shade in an array with now 5 columns, so up and down columns of 4. So this one I'm going to start for you, okay? I'm going to start it for you. So I'm going to come back up. Remember that markup. You're going to go to box highlighter, choose any color, And then I'm going to start with the column. So it told me I needed 5 columns. So remember that columns go up and down. So this would be column 1. This would be column 2. This would be column 3, column 4, and column 5. And then there's supposed to be 4 in one column. So there should be 4. Notice how I'm filling in 4. Okay, so one column is already done for you. Now I want you to fill in the rest of your columns and then write your repeated addition sentence to match your array. Okay, so I started it. I want you to finish it and write your repeated addition sentence. Then you are going to come down to this next page. Now this page, they don't want you to shade in anymore. This, they're going to be asking you to draw one more or to take one away, and that's what I'm going to do with you right now, okay? So now I'm going to go to, for this one, my shapes. And this is telling me draw one more column of 2 to make a new array. So I need to take what they gave me here, and now they're asking me to draw one more column. I'm not going to come down here because that means I would be making another row, and I'm not making another row because that's a cross. Notice how I put my arrows. They want me to make another column. So I'm going to come over here to their end, and I'm going to add another column of 2. Okay, so I have another column of 2. Now, based on this new array, I need to write a repeated addition sentence that matches. So I'm going to go to my text box, and I'm going to put in my new repeated addition sentence, which would be 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2. And just be careful that you have it. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 columns. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then that would equal 10. Okay? So your repeated addition is going to be based off of the new array. Okay? This one I'm going to do one more and get you started for this. Okay? Now here again it's saying now they want me to draw one more row of 4. So I'm going to do that first. They want me to draw one more row of 4. So this one I'm not going to come over here and do up and down because that's not a row, that's a column. I'm going to draw one more row of 4. So I'm going to come down here to add my row. Okay, so I'm going to do one more row of 4 in it. And I'm going to put it onto this, just like that, okay? And then, wait, there's more. Now it's telling me that I need to also add, and then it says, and then one more column. So now I had to add one more row of 4, and now they want me to make one more column to make a new array. So remember, column is up and down. So now they want me to come over here and add a column. Remember, it has to be equal, so you have to keep everything equal, okay? All right, so now I have my new array. Based on this new array, I want you now to write the repeated addition sentence that matches this new array, okay? And then for number 6, you're going to try this one. They want you to draw one more row, so you're going to draw one more row, and then they want you to put 2 more columns. So after you draw one more row, right here, they want you to put another 2 columns. And then at the end, write a repeated addition sentence, okay? The next 2 pages are the same thing that we did here, okay? The same thing. Everything's the same, just more practice. So you're going back to shading in what they tell you and writing the repeated addition sentence, okay? Back to shading and writing the repeated addition sentence. That's all it is. And down here is the same thing as the second page, okay? So I want you to do your best, take your time. Definitely make use of the markup, the box highlighter because that's going to be your best bet with the shading in. It's very easy. If you do the drawing, the problem with the drawing is it when you draw, it's going to take away the lines and I won't be able to see the squares anymore. That's why you have to use the markup, the box highlighter, okay? That's your best option. But other than that, I think you're going to do great with this. As always, if you need me, please message me. I'm here to help you and let me know. And good luck. You're going to do great.